Hello, digital trailblazers. Welcome to this episode of the Driving Digital Standup. I'm Isaac Sacolick. I'm reporting around AWS Summit New York City here in June 2026. And no surprise, Swami led off with the latest around Amazon Quick, the AI assistant that changes how you work. When you look at what is going on with Amazon Quick, it looks like your typical large language model interface. But what's different is that it's connecting to your enterprise data and you're asking questions around it, you're getting graphs around it, you're getting lots of ways to interface employees with new ways of working. And, companies, CIOs, you're going to have a lot of work to do to integrate your data into Amazon Quick, but Amazon is giving you some really good reasons. Number one, secure through all of these different credentials and a way to stay connectors through new MCPs that they announced at the program. In addition, when you really look at what they're trying to do, their version of building context, what the information Amazon AWS Quick sees is coming from AWS context. It's a knowledge graph. It's built on a self-learning capability. It's going to connect to all your MCP tools, your applications, to your other assets, and connect your people to this. This is AWS's foray into the future work by providing you a context window that self-generates an AWS Quick to be able to have an interface to your end users. Now, in terms of building out AI agents, I actually covered Kiro in an InfoWorld article a few weeks ago. It was around the differences between vibe coding and spec-driven development. Kiro is one of the forerunners around spec-driven development. They made two announcements around it yesterday. One is the ability to use Kiro on a native iOS app. I think that it's going to be very interesting to see how organizations are taking their vibe coding platforms and saying, we're going to allow developers to work anywhere. The second is a whole set of new release management capabilities that will essentially designed to help end users, help developers push more of their agents out to production. AWS fully recognizing the amount of work it takes to take an agent from build through deployment and through maintenance. One of the really interesting stories over at AWS Summit New York City was coming from Southwest.com. Many of you will remember the issue they had, I think it was last year, big storm across the United States, and they were out for a couple of days getting people and pilots all back into square. It was a wake-up call for their technology, and they went out, partnered with AWS, used Kiro. I think 2,700 developers are trained using Kiro right now, and they gave us a picture of what some of their architecture looks like. So a real turnaround story for the CIO over at Southwest.com, and a big story for AWS Summit at AWS Summit around working, securing, building, and creating AI agents that Swami told during his keynote. But I'll tell you, my favorite part about this event is just going down onto the floor and seeing all the vendors and solution providers, having conversations with them. I spoke with Glean and Boomi and LaunchDarkly, with Temporal, got a full lowdown. I already knew Resolve.AI, very interesting company, and I've actually quoted some of Newbird AI's latest research in some of my writing. So very interesting things going on at the AWS Summit in New York City. Tune in for me next week. I got another conference I'm going to, and I'll be sharing what CIOs need to know. I'm Isaac Sacolick at the Driving Digital Standup. Have a great day.